Hello, welcome to High Spoilers. Today I will show you a 2001 crime thriller movie called Training Day. Spoilers ahead. Watch out and take care. The film opens with Jake Hoyt waking up on the first day of his new job as an undercover narcotics officer in Los Angeles' roughest neighborhood. Alonzo Harris is the commander of his unit, and he is aided by 4 other men. Jake will accompany Alonzo on his ride today so that he may tour him around the city and see how the young Jake reacts under duress. Jake meets Alonzo in a modest coffee shop and quickly learns that Alonzo is a tough-talking, no-nonsense narcotics officer. We're brought from the slums to the barrio over the following few hours, from drug dealers to rapists. We learn a lot about Alonzo because he appears to know everyone who is terrible. He even has a son with a female who lives in the ghetto. Everyone in that particular neighborhood despises Alonzo's abusive power behind his back. Jake is also promised by Alonzo that he will be promoted faster inside the department. Jake witnesses a young girl about to be raped while driving down an alleyway and yells at Alonzo to pull over. He has no desire to stop because that is not why he is there. Jake leaves from the car to save the girl, but not before engaging in a scuffle with the 2 males. While Jake is counseling the girl, Alonzo appears and momentarily tortures the 2 guys before sending them on their way. Jake discovers her wallet on the ground and snatches it absently as the girl rushes away. Alonzo brings Jake to the home of an old acquaintance, Roger, who is a retired LAPD officer who now works as a heroin dealer on the side. They share a drink and a few laughs together. Roger inquires about an event that occurred when Alonzo was on vacation in Las Vegas recently, but Alonzo dismisses the matter, claiming that it is not a concern. Everywhere they travel, Alonzo is able to get away with more money or narcotics by shaking down or scaring the bad men. Alonzo holds a gun to Jake's head and compels him to smoke PCP-laced marijuana, telling him that if he didn't, he'd be shot if he was with a drug dealer. Jake clearly disagrees with what is going on, but Alonzo explains that in order to defend the sheep, you must kill the wolves, and the only way to do it is to become a wolf. Jake puffs on the pod and drifts for a few miles in a PCP-induced haze. They attend a lunch meeting with several high-ranking LA judges, but all we know about them is that they aren't exactly law-abiding officials. They also inquire about Jake's trip to Las Vegas, and Alonzo reacts similarly to Roger in that he appears disinterested. He requests and receives a search warrant from the judges. Alonzo and Jake meet up with the other 4 members of the unit and barge into a modest residence, armed with the warrant. Roger, who has $4 million tucked away beneath the floorboards, owns the mansion. Alonzo and his gang intend to split the loot $3 million among themselves. Jake is unsure how the transaction will go down. While they discuss their plan in Roger's living room, Alonzo orders Jake to shoot Roger. Jake refuses, so Alonzo does it himself, explaining that it's not what you know, but what you can prove. The goal is to shoot Jeff in his Kevlar vest with one of Roger's firearms, making the crime appear to be self-defense. When one of the bullets penetrates Jeff's vest, he becomes enraged and begs Alonzo to call an ambulance. Jake grabs the shotgun and orders Alonzo and his team to back off, stating that he will not play along. When Alonzo informs Jake that a blood or urine test will reveal that Jake has used drugs, Jake backs down. Jake takes a step back, then another, and the paramedics come, seemingly unconcerned about the crime. Jake returns to Alonzo's car and informs him that what just happened was murder. Alonzo argues by claiming that Roger sold narcotics to kids in his area and that the money was theirs to keep because it was unclean. Alonzo seemed to agree on one point. Jake is still a beginner and will need some time to embrace Alonzo's shady tactics. They travel to the barrio, where Alonzo informs him that he must deliver things to the family of one of his informants. Jake waits in the kitchen while Alonzo goes to the bathroom since there is a card game going on. Smiley, the house's owner, opens the package Alonzo left and has his sister count out the money inside. Jake sits down to play cards with Smiley and his pals, and there is a brief debate regarding Jake's sidearm, which is a ruse by Smiley's pal Morno to steal Jake's weapon. Smiley then tells that Alonzo abandoned him in Las Vegas and describes what happened. Supposedly, a Russian thug had been insulting Alonzo until Alonzo lost his cool and beat the man to death. Alonzo was given an out by the gangsters' bosses, pay them $1 million, and they'd forget about the event. Alonzo will be sought down and killed if he does not pay by midnight. Jake furiously tries to fight his way out, knowing he's been set up by Alonzo, but Smiley and his guys take him out. They drag him into the bathroom, and as they're ready to shoot him in the head, one of them takes his money beforehand. The pink wallet he retrieved from the rape site earlier that day comes out of his pocket. Jake tells Smiley that he stopped his cousin Letty from being assaulted and raped earlier, and that's how he acquired the wallet. Letty confirms Jake's story when Smiley contacts her. Smiley agrees to let Jake depart as a Soliter in exchange for saving his cousin. Jake boards a bus and travels to Alonzo's home in the most dangerous region of South Central, where he confronts him just as he is packing up his $1 million to give to the Russians. There's a shootout in the house, on the roof, and in the streets of the neighborhood for the next 10 minutes or more. Finally, Jake pushes Alonzo to wreck his car, knocking him out for the time being. Jake gets him out of the car and holds him hostage with a revolver. When he recovers, he and Jake confront each other in the street, surrounded by gang members. Alonzo offers to make whoever shoots Jake a very wealthy man, but the gang members decline because they are tired of Alonzo's vanity and power over them. Jake walks away with the cash, abandoning a wailing Alonzo to whatever fate awaits him. Alonzo climbs into his car and begins driving to the airport. Several vehicles pull his automobile to a halt, and armed Russians leap out, killing him in a shower of gunfire. When Jake gets home, we hear news reports about the assassination of a highly decorated narcotics officer who was shot and killed while investigating drug trafficking at the airport. Subscribe to watch more videos like this, turn on notifications, and leave a like to help the channel out. Thank you for watching.